1, 2, 3, action!
His name is Rana Daggubati.
इधर नहीं आना चाहिए था ना.
इनकी हील्स देखिए आपने, आज जूते पहने हैं, बट अदरवाइज
नहीं वो भी टूट गई इंटरनेट होके।
मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ, तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ, मैं तुमसे बहुत इंतहा प्यार करता हूँ. अभी आ रहे हैं, मैं जानता था.
आप एक्सेल शीट बनाते हो गालियों की। What?
Can't not say Bahubali because it was pretty much a game changer, not for me but for the country itself. But the fact that Rajamouli has been pushing his boundaries from the last 4 or 5 films, I got really associated with him first when he was directing Ega.
विभिन्न तरह के कैरेक्टर्स अलग अलग स्टाइल में बात करते हैं. नागा जो कैरेक्टर है, वेंकी सर ने जो पोर्ट्रे किया है, वो अलग स्टाइल में बात करता है.
There were things that completely broke all stereotypes, or I mean the fact that Venki plays my father, I play a father to 2 children, one 16-year-old, one's a 13-year-old.
तो पहले दिन से राणा, वेंकी सर, सुरवीन, हमारे सब एक्टर्स, हम सब ने कहा है ये शो, ये वो फैमिली शो है जो आप फैमिली के साथ नहीं देखेंगे. 1, 2, 3, एक्शन!
Action. Okay.
All right.
Team Rana Naidu, welcome to Delhi.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
कैसा लग रहा है दिल्ली आकर?
सबसे पहले तो we got some fantastic weather.
Yeah, exactly.
बहुत
Yeah.
बढ़िया मौसम.
It's an amazing weather. सुबह से बारिश हो रही है. पहले हम लोगों ने आपका इंटरव्यू बाहर करना था, बट बारिश के चक्कर में हम अंदर आए.
इसे क्लाइमेट चेंज कहते हैं, पता है आपको?
जी जी, of course.
But we're still enjoying it. No
We love
problem.
it.
Yeah,
No
We are
problem.
just
Great.
living in the moment, yeah.
Okay.
Tell him no.
Yeah, sure.
है ना?
I'm always living in the moment.
I know that. I can get it. So, abhi, you guys are enjoying the responses on Rana Naidu or not? Because I have been watching all the reviews and everything, and everyone is going like crazy over Rana Naidu. What do you guys have to say about that?
You guys started. You guys
You
were
guys
leading.
started.
Man.
Who's
ये
gonna
reviews
You hired
reviews
me.
वाला तो मतलब हाँ.
Look, I just got back into town after a long time. I
Yeah.
left on
Oh
the
yeah,
day
that's
of
true. He's
release.
gone in a diving trip, so
He
he doesn't
went
know what's
underwater,
happening.
I
basically.
was literally underwater,
Yeah.
and I surfaced yesterday, and
Yeah.
I left
I
on the
met
day
him
of
last
launch.
night straight, so he has no memory of any
So I have
idea
no
of any-
idea. I'm
no
only
idea.
hearing now what has been happening, and it's
Okay.
very
It's not bad,
exciting.
man. We made a decent show.
I think so.
That's all I
think
hear.
so.
Yes.
Quite decent show. I have to say
Yeah,
that.
we've been partying every day since 10th March.
You guys have?
Yeah, because it's a hit. So
अच्छा, अब एक सच बताओगे, बिल्कुल सच. हाँ. घर में और रिश्तेदारों को किसने डिस्क्लेमर दिया था कि अकेले नहीं देखना?
सबने.
सबने,
That we did.
मैंने-
We made sure nobody sits together.
अकेले
and
नहीं देखना,
अकेले
सबके
ही
अकेले
देखना
ही
है.
देखना है.
हाँ.
Yeah, that's more right.
Yeah, अकेले ही देखना.
अकेले ही देखना.
Absolutely.
और ये डिस्क्लेमर क्यों दिया था? क्योंकि गालियाँ थी.
मुझे कुछ नहीं बोलना पड़ा था. जिस घर में ऐसा बेटा उनको कुछ बोलने की जरूरत पड़ती
उनको
है.
पता है क्या बन रहा है. उनको पता है, विश्वास है उनको पूरी तरह से.
नहीं, बट फैक्ट इज दिस टू थिंग्स. देखिए,
Yeah.
हमारे शो में जो भी भाषा का प्रयोग यूज हुआ है, 2 चीजें. जो परिवार है वो हैदराबाद के स्लम से उठ के बॉम्बे में आया है. उनकी एक पूरी एजुकेशन रही है जो कि मतलब इट्स नॉट अ लैंग्वेज दैट जो पॉलिश लैंग्वेज में बात करेंगे. बहुत अजीब लगेगा अगर वो लोग मतलब बहुत ही सभ्य भाषा में बात करना शुरू कर देंगे तो. सो एक तो दैट वाज द लॉजिक ऑफ इट. 2, विभिन्न तरह के कैरेक्टर्स अलग अलग स्टाइल में बात करते हैं. नागा जो कैरेक्टर है, वेंकी सर ने जो पोर्ट्रे किया है, वो अलग स्टाइल में बात करता है. राणा का जो कैरेक्टर है वो बहुत कम बात करता है. पहली बात तो जब बात करते हैं तो मतलब काम की बात करते हैं. नैना का लहजा एकदम अलग है. सो एवरी कैरेक्टर हैज अ लॉजिक एंड डेफिनेशन बिहाइंड इट. एंड ऐसा नहीं कि हमने कोई मतलब लॉजिक तोड़ के कुछ नया लेकर आए हैं. एंड सेकेंडली जहाँ तक जो सेक्स सीन्स का सवाल है, वहाँ अगेन दे हैव बीन टेस्टफुली डन. दे आर पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी लाइन एंड देयर इज नो नथिंग विच इज ऑब्सीन इन एनी वे. आई मीन मैंने अपने परिवार के साथ बैठ के शो देखा है बिकॉज हम लोग एडल्ट शोज भी देखते आए हैं. वी आर एडल्ट्स एंड बट या इफ यू आर अनकंफर्टेबल तो पहले दिन से राणा, वेंकी सर, सुरवीन, हमारे सब एक्टर्स, हम सब ने कहा है ये शो, ये वो फैमिली शो है जो आप फैमिली के साथ नहीं देखेंगे.
गुड वन. एंड ये बोलना पड़ेगा दैट सीन्स आर वेरी वेल शॉट. आई हैव टू से दिस बिकॉज मैंने पूरी सीरीज देखी है एंड ऑफ कोर्स क्रेडिट गोज टू यू गाइस फॉर दैट. राना, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, यू आर द प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर, यू फिक्सेस एवरीथिंग इन द शो. हु इज योर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर इन रियल लाइफ?
His name is Rana Daggubati. It just doesn't have a Naidu in it. That's all. So he fixes my problems. Okay. But yeah, I guess somewhere it's there's borderline of reality in that, where my life or my character has been, in reality, has also been a problem fixer in some ways, but in a more sensible, legal way.
Legal way, because Rana
The show
Naidu,
doesn't have-
yeah, that's a little illegal one.
He can do it under the table. He can do a lot of stuff.
But who you fix his problems for?
Who does he fix? Who? Rana Naidu?
You.
Or
you,
me?
Yeah.
I guess anything to do with the world of entertainment. It's my job has always been bringing different language films
Yeah.
to the rest of the country, and anything between that are things that I solve.
Okay. I think before him, na, we didn't even know what Pan India is. अब तो famous हो गया Pan
Yeah,
India.
I'm the guy with the pan. I used to hold that pan and
Yeah,
walk around.
yeah.
Say,
You're
"Here you go,
roaming
guys.
around with the pan
We can
all the
go."
time.
See, there
Is
you go.
it?
See, 13 years later, whole thing has changed. And
सिर्फ इनके पैन हमारे पैन में एक फर्क है, इनका 500 करोड़ का फैन था, हम मतलब 50 रुपए में ले आते हैं.
सही बात है. सुरवीन, आप बताओ, राणा के जो सीन्स थे ना, most of his scenes ना, he looks very intimidating. Scenes shoot
did you
करते
see
time.
Surveen? How intimidating she is?
I know. She was a badass
Yeah.
in the series. But कभी भी shoot के time ऐसा लगता था that you feel intimidated by him or
No,
his
no,
looks.
no.
It had gone the other way around. It said have been
It's
the other way
the other way around.
Okay.
Definitely very, very intimidating she is as a person.
No.
She is?
As in,
Of course you are.
as a person, yeah. As a person, I proudly own that.
She's a very...
So very proud.
इनकी heels देखिए आपने, आज जूते पहने हैं, but otherwise
नहीं, वो भी टूट गई intimidate होके.
Heels को भी तोड़ दिया इन्होंने.
Yeah.
अच्छा, राणा का बहुत अलग सा लुक आता है when he looks at नागा, एकदम like गुस्से वाला. एक बार कैमरा यहाँ पर है, एक बार वो लुक दोगे जो नागा को देते हो गुस्से में.
इधर नहीं आना चाहिए था ना.
I can't do it to the cameraman. He's Naga.
अच्छा, मुझे देख के करो, मुझे समझो, मैं नागा.
You're too sweet looking here. Too.
कौन लगता है इनमें से जिसको देख के गुस्सा?
जाने वाला है, बिल्कुल sweet looking.
For sure. इनमें से किसको देख के गुस्सा आ रहा है?
नहीं.
किसी को भी नहीं.
No way.
You can be honest, यार. Come
No,
on.
I'm not an angry guy in life
You are
in
not.
general.
He's a very,
Yeah,
very, very
we
happy.
all
very
proud.
It took a lot to get him charged up.
Yeah.
ये आए, इन्होंने बोला मैम, मैंने कहा प्लीज डोंट कॉल मी मैम. You can't. You
इन्हें
just
गुस्सा लाने
can't.
के लिए सेट पे खाना नहीं देना पड़ता था.
अच्छा.
एसी ऑफ कर देने पड़ते थे.
12 घंटे के बाद
12 घंटे का शूट करते थे हम लोग.
Just
फिर राणा को गुस्सा आता है. फिर रिएक्शन.
और मैंने एक और चीज भी सुनी है आपके बारे में कि आपको खाना नहीं मिलता तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा गुस्सा आता है.
Yeah,
Is it
ma'am.
true?
I have that problem. Yes.
I think that's true for all of us.
That's probably true for everybody on set,
That's true
including
for me
Naga.
also. Actually, मुझे भी आता है यार.
So
पता है, हम
including
सब.
Naga, Venki, sir, all of us had that issue on set. So
Yeah.
I'm happy we got reasonable breaks.
हाँ.
और वेंकी सर ने पहले दिन बता दिया था कैसे गुस्सा आता है उन्हें.
हाँ.
हमने पूछा था सर आप मतलब जब भूख लगती है आपको खाना खाने जाते क्या करते हैं? मैंने कुछ नहीं, मैं खड़ा होता हूँ, पीछे मुड़ता हूँ और अपने बाल ऐसे करने लगता हूँ. जब मैंने एक बार कर दिया मतलब खाना दे दो वरना बॉस. जब खड़े होते थे भाई लंच ब्रेक.
Did this
Yeah,
really
yeah,
happen on
yes,
the set?
And always, I was always looking out for the sign up. No, it's coming.
It's coming.
Lunch break.
Oh, nice.
हाथ ऊपर किया सब भाई.
It's hard.
It's a good sign ना, ये तरीका अच्छा है. ऐसे करो और मेरे को भूख लग रही है guys. बोलने की जरूरत भी नहीं लग रही है ना.
So he's actually kind of invented that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
Otherwise, he can't keep saying.
Yeah, I
give a
heard
break and
about
all.
that
No, listen,
also.
see it and now.
समझ जाओ भाई, बोलने की जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. हमने वर्कशॉप में पूछ लिया था कि सर
Nice.
कितना खींच
What's your
सकते हैं.
trigger? हाँ.
मैंने कहा जब मैं हो जाएगा ट्रिगर तो मैं ये कर दूंगा, तुम बंद कर देना, अगर नहीं किया फिर देखना. ठीक है.
तो मतलब लोगों को टाइम पर खाना दिलवाने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कहीं ना कहीं उनके ऊपर भी थी.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
सबको टाइम पर खाना
कर लिया करते थे, उनको पैकेट कर देते थे.
मेक सेंस आल्सो नो. तो सुपर्न एंड करण, आप बताइए हाउ डिड दे बोथ come on board for this series?
करण से शुरुआत
Because
करें.
it was like a dream come true for so many fans, yeah.
No, the credit is completely to, I would say, first to Rana, who was already excited by the idea. And then I think you went to Venkatesh sir and, you know, he was like, and you should narrate the story of how he came on board.
I think, see, he was also in a time where he's done so much work and there's a big image associated with him. And he wanted to break out of that, find newer stories. And I think this was the right thing that came for all of us. It kind of breaks all stereotypes in whatever narration that we've subscribed to so far. And we just feel now it's an open field. We can do whatever we want. And I was very excited as soon as he saw the original and he was excited to play my father, play Naga. I think it's from there it was a ball ride. It was pretty fun just to do things that we've never done before. And this wasn't the first thing that I would ever expect that me and him will do.
मतलब इतने ही so fond of him and then यहाँ पर एकदम आमने सामने खड़े हैं and एक दूसरे को गुस्से की नजरों से देखते हैं हर टाइम. I mean that was something else जो हम लोगों ने भी expect नहीं किया था as viewers.
And as makers, we were so thrilled by the idea that, you know, we are the ones who are sort of getting them together for the first time. It was thrilling and it was absolute magic.
इनफैक्ट वेंकटेश सर के आने से एक और खासियत ये हुई कि नागा का जो रोल है पेपर पे वो कमीना है. वेंकटेश सर के आते ही आपको उसके कमीनेपन से प्यार होता है तो नाउ एज अ ऑडियंस यू आर ब्रोकन अप, इससे मैं नफरत करूं कि प्यार करूं? क्योंकि वो कुछ बहुत ही घटिया चीजें इतने अच्छे से करते हैं, कुछ इंट्रिंसिकली वो इतने अच्छे इंसान हैं कि अब आप कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि ये क्या हो रहा है, विच इज अ लेयर जो सही गलत की जो मतलब जब रेजर लाइन जो वॉक कर रहे हैं उसमें इतना मजा आता है बिकॉज इट्स समथिंग यूनिक. देन यू आर वंडरिंग राणा क्यों गुस्सा है, तो उसका महत्व और बढ़ जाता है. सो दैट रियली हेल्प्स अ लॉट.
That's very true because as viewers ना आप you can't hate him. You just can't hate him. जिस तरह से उनके सीन्स में भी लिखे गए हैं, जिस तरह से उन्होंने पोर्ट्रे किया है उसको, you can't hate him. आपको कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि कुछ बहुत बड़ा ही हुआ था कि ऐसे वो रिएक्ट कर रहा ना, but he is a nice guy. He's not that bad. Especially his scenes with you, they were so good. I mean, he was there with you all the time. So वो वाले scenes मुझे बहुत पसंद आए थे especially.
Those were actually very, very special scenes for me.
Yeah?
Also. I remember talking to Karanan and telling him, you know, this sounds like how now I would probably speak to my father and scold him for something that I don't. Literally, I told him that I remember. So very, very special, and I think that line that I say was actually true. I don't know what I should be calling you. It was right there.
Yeah. But Venkatesh sir कितने okay थे with all the cussing and everything in Hindi.
Totally.
He was
100%.
Once he came on board, he was all in.
okay.
Yeah, he was never hesitant, and that's what you want from someone who's done so many films, 75 films before this, and never said anything on screen. And then from day one, it was like machine gun fire.
मतलब उनका डेडिकेशन ये था कि
was
I think he
amazing.
came in, he wanted to be pushed. कि मुझे कुछ नया करना है. वो आग लेकर आए थे जो कि सेट पे हर दिन दिखती थी, which pushed us as makers to make it. And the whole cast went through.
Yeah, and you know, for a show that's titled not after him, it's called titled Rana Naidu. His challenge was so much greater because halfway through the series, audience की sympathy पलट जाती है. सही बात है. नागा के लिए.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. अच्छा करण, आपने इनसाइड एज किया, मिर्जापुर किया, राणा नायडू किया. Which has been the toughest one for you to shoot?
The toughest one, I think, has to be Rana Naidu because it was extremely complex.
Yeah.
The number of big actors we were working with, the number of days of shoot that we had, it was a very long series, and I think the challenge of sort of putting it all together. First, we were writing it during the pandemic, in lockdown, so all the writers were on Zoom. And then to, you know, the journey for 2.5 years, starting from there, 100+ days of shoot, about 8-9 months of post. So that was a tough, long period where every single day of my life I was working on this one thing. So it was.
अच्छा एक और चीज भी सुनी है मैंने आपके बारे में. आप बताओ कितनी सही है कितनी नहीं. आप एक्सेल शीट बनाते हो गालियों की. Is it true?
It is absolutely true. Oh, sorry. हाँ.
What? नहीं बताना. किस किस चीज की और बनती है एक्सेल शीट, धीरे से बता दो.
नहीं वो गाली की we work very hard on our galis because we want to keep them fresh, unique, and you know have fun with the language.
मैं ऐड करूंगा, गालियों से ज्यादा करण किस तरह हर वर्ड यूज होता है उसके महत्व पे ज्यादा ध्यान देता है. गालियां इज पार्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेज, बट इट्स नॉट रियली गाली को एक्सेल शीट. देयर आर मुहावरास ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड्स, बट ही pays weightage on the words used because sometimes less is more.
Of course.
मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ, मैं तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ, मैं तुमसे बहुत इंतहा प्यार करता हूँ. एक मतलब बक्की बन जाता है, एक how it lands. Hence is Excel sheet. So there, I saved you. You owe me. हाँ.
Oh yeah. क्या ट्रीट देने वाले हो फिर इसके बाद इनको?
आज रात को.
अभी
आ रहे हैं. मैं जानता था ठंडा है. ब्रांड नहीं दिखा सकता, बट हाँ. कॉफी विद करण.
चॉकलेट लेके घूम रहे हैं.
अच्छा ले भाई, ले कोई बात नहीं. हाँ अभी बचा है, अभी इंटरव्यू बचा है, तू बचा लेना मुझे. हाँ
अच्छा, व्हाट अबाउट यू सुपर्ण? आपने फैमिली मैन में मनोज बाजपेयी के साथ भी ऐसे ही किया. लाइक बहुत ही अलग अलग तरह के डायलॉग्स जो सुनते हो तो सीरियस लगते हैं लेकिन सुनते ही हंसी आती है. ऐसा कितनी बार होता है कि एक्टर्स बहुत इम्प्रोवाइज करते हैं? कभी ऐसा होता है कि बहुत इम्प्रोवाइज कर देते हैं अपने?
दो तरह के एक्टर्स होते हैं. कुछ एक्टर्स जो लाइन को स्टिक करते हैं, कुछ एक्टर्स कुछ लाइंस को लेकर और इम्प्रोवाइज करते हैं. तो वी राइट अकॉर्डिंगली. व्हेन वी नो कि जैसे शारिब और मनोज हैं तो उनके साथ कुछ लाइंस मुझे बुलवानी ही हैं जहाँ मुझे पता है चाहिए, और मुझे पता है अगर ये मैं उनको जरा सी ढील यहाँ दूंगा तो दो मुझे चीज़ें एक्स्ट्रा मिलेंगी. कुछ एक्टर्स वहाँ हैं जो मुझे पता है कि ये मुझे को परफेक्ट लैंड करके देंगे ही देंगे. तो यू राइट accordingly adjust करके, but वो it's a matter of experience or you're having your own equation
No,
with
no.
them जहाँ आप समझ जाते हो.
And
But
you hope that the actors take the
Give
lines
that.
and make it better.
because
Yeah.
you only improvise when you're in the moment,
Yeah.
in that role. You can't improvise if you're not there.
And as a director, there's no greater joy than seeing, that frame or whatever you're watching that moment go beyond what was on
Written.
script or in your mind, and to go, and that is the greatest joy for any director.
So we say cut always late. Sometimes after the talking, scene खत्म हो गया. अगर आप cut ना बोले 1 मिनट के लिए, they always add a line or two more till of course they turn to the camera and say अबे बंद कर. But वो एक आध line में कभी कभी आपको magic मिल जाता है.
सही बात है. बड़ी अच्छी चीज है, इट्स अ गुड थिंग कि बाद में कट हो रहा है, क्या पता कुछ बढ़िया सा निकल कर आ
और
जाए.
डिजिटल का फायदा यही है ना.
हाँ.
फुटेज नहीं है, प्रोड्यूसर मर नहीं रहा बैठ का आपका.
You said something that no one's going to understand now.
It's over now.
So Surveen, firstly I have to compliment you for Decoupled also. I loved you, like actually loved your performance there.
Thank you
Of course
so
Rana Naidu में तो मजा आया ही, but Decoupled में भी बहुत आया था. जब आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट को हाथ करते हो, so कौन सी टॉप 3 चीजें होती हैं जो देखते हो?
I think number 1 पे होगा newness of the part, something that I have not experienced और मेरे लिए वो स्क्रीन पर लाना एक fresh experience हो. That's number 1. Number 2 is, so ये अभी तक का पैटर्न ऐसा है कि कहीं ना कहीं आप रिलेट कर लेते हो, आप कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा कुछ थ्रेड पकड़ लेते हो टू व्हाट इज बीन रिटन एंड गिवन टू यू, जिसको आप उस एक थ्रेड के साथ आप उस पार्ट के साथ रिलेट करते हो. मे बी नॉट द होल पार्ट, मे बी नॉट द कंप्लीट पर्सनैलिटी, और वो कभी होता नहीं है. बट देर इज एन अनफेमिलियरिटी एज फार एज नैना इज कंसर्न, बिकॉज इन अ लॉट ऑफ वेज आई डोंट अग्री विद हर एज अ वुमन. I think that for me was the unrelatability that I found in Naina was my relatable threat to Naina. So, for example, Naina, that becomes my number 2. It was challenge because I think at a lot of places मेरे लिए बहुत convince करना खुद को कि ये ऐसी है, और राना की भी कुछ चीज़ें जैसे she's accepting them, तो वो मेरी समझ के बाहर as Surveen is beyond me. So I think that was a very important part for me and always plays that. And third, I think when I feel like, I don't know what is 1, 2, 3, but these 3 are at par with each other, is my maker, is my director, is my captain, because that's who you rely on in the moments when you're in front of the camera. And I want to have that dependability on that person. And I have these 2 prolific directors, fantastic on set, great leaders on set, so I couldn't have asked for anything better.
ये इसके टिंडर प्रोफाइल पे जा रहे हैं.
ये सबके टिंडर प्रोफाइल के ना बायोस अभी डिसाइड कर रहे हैं. मेरे में भी हो गया, इनके में भी हो गया. अब और कौन है?
मेरी और राना की शादी हो चुकी है.
अच्छा, इनके बारे में एक और बहुत कमाल की बात है जो कि हम लोगों को ऐसे फाइन ट्यून करना पड़ता है, कैलिब्रेशन. करण इज यिन यान है, बिल्कुल वैसे ही है. ये भरपूर एनर्जी है, इज अ बॉल ऑफ एनर्जी, एंड करण इज द zen, द काम. हाँ, तो ऐसे
ये जोड़ी
ऐसा ही
चलती
था,
है एक्चुअली, है ना? दे बैलेंस ईच
I guess
अदर.
that's what it is.
I think it was amazing.
Yeah. अच्छा, this was your OTT debut.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Firstly, how different was it from films that
It
you have
has
been doing?
nothing to do with film.
Yeah.
Except the fact that it's a story and there's a camera out there shooting it. Every rule that you've learnt in cinema is something you got to throw out the door and then come inside here. Like you said debut, so like it's just funny for me to say that word now.
You're still debuting.
Yeah.
Still debuting.
I'm still debuting, but it's been really a whole lot of learning for me. See, after you do this for like so many years, you have a certain rhythm, a certain set pattern. Though I've done different types of films, it's still a very different way that I looked at the characters, the way I started relating to the characters, the way I started reading these things. Right? It's not fixed to a small 3-hour functionality. It's a far, far deeper relation. And there were pieces that I could understand and pieces that I was shocked. And the shock is actually what got me into the story, I think, or rather got me into the character. There were things that completely broke all stereotypes or I mean, the fact that Venki plays my father, I play a father to two children, one's
Yeah.
a 16-year-old, one's a 13-year-old. It's just a different beat altogether,
Yeah,
right?
and that too, you know, a very complicated relationship with all of
With
them.
everybody, with the
Yeah.
complicated, with the wife, with the brothers, with the father. So I think that, but in all of that madness, there's still a family that's in some ways trying to be together, right? And that is a core that I enjoyed very much. And yes, it was hard. It was all of those long hours of shooting. It was food not coming on time and still. I was just
There
messing
you
with
Food
it.
did come on time.
It did come on time. No.
And it was very good food. Also.
Very good food.
Very good.
Excellent food. We have a good producer, Sundar Aryan. You're the best. Huh.
Okay.
So to me, yeah, it really was like a new journey that I stepped on, and I'm glad that I did it. I'm extremely glad that my uncle did it, and here you go, here it is.
So you have done so many films as of now, yeah? And आगे भी बहुत सारी करेंगे, inshallah. But which project do you think has been the game changer for you as an actor?
As an actor,
Yeah.
so, well, I can't not say Bahubali because it was pretty much a game changer, not for me, but for the country itself. Like everybody stopped seeing cinema the way they saw it. So I think that to my life was the first real big game changer. I'd put Rana Naidu right after that, right? In terms of what we were able to do with storytelling or the boundaries we were able to cross. I think these two will really become key things in my life.
And 5 years, I mean, Rana, 5 years on Bahubali.
Yeah.
How mentally taxing this is for an actor, is it?
Actually, Rana Naidu is much more taxing than Bahubali is. Let me tell you that. Because Bahubali is a physical taxing, it's just but you're still telling a 5 or 6 hour story. It's 2 parts, right? That we shot over 6 years. So there was still, and the emotions are pretty set. It's revenge, you want the throne. There's a definitive idea there. Here, like we were speaking about the complexities of people, right? These are things I didn't know so much because I'll come from a happy joint family and everyone's happily laughing all the time, and that's the energy that I'm used to. But just understanding these people, going into those minds, there's a certain dark shadow that this show had all through filming, which I didn't realize. I realized it much more when I was dubbing for it. When you realize, okay, now this is not normal. When you get out, you're like, okay, now this is setting a different tone to things. So that I feel it's definitely something that I pushed some boundaries with.
Okay. Achha, I just had a word, like before you guys came in, I just had a word with Abhishek Banerjee, great Jaffa, of
Yes,
course, your younger
fantastic.
brother. Yeah. So he couldn't make it to Delhi today, but उन्होंने मुझे एक बात बताई कि महाराज को जब मारने वाला सीन हो रहा था, so it took like 5 to 6 days to shoot. And I just want to know the madness behind it, कि क्या क्या हो रहा था उस टाइम सेट पर, because उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि वो उनके लिए बहुत memorable scene है.
Yeah. So I'll answer that because it took. So I think it's about a 45-50 minute episode.
Yeah, it's
and we shot it in 4 days, 3.5-4 days. And the magic of that episode was that we shot it in sequence.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man.
So
It
we
just
shot
went like that.
One, like actually the story, like, and that never happens. I'm not even going to say rarely. वो कभी नहीं होता है फिल्म मेकिंग में कि आप मतलब स्टोरी जैसे लिखी हुई है उसी ऑर्डर में आप शूट कर रहे हैं और उसमें like the magic that was created because of that, because everyone knew exactly what the graph is going to be, and to imagine in 3.5 days we knocked out like an entire episode, and everyone was in it, and it was beautiful to just experience that.
Yeah.
And,
I fully hear you.
और सब घुस गए थे अपने कैरेक्टर. We weren't coming out, and we were just having a blast. And it is the only episode also that is handled. Only episode. Everything else is perfectly framed, and all the other episodes. This whole episode is shot handed. So we were very flexible about everything. We were very really enjoying the process actually.
अच्छा, when you make a film or a web series or anything, सेट पर बहुत कुछ होता है. हमें तो ऑफ कोर्स वो दिखता है जो दिखाना चाहते हो, एडिट वेडिट सब होकर, लेकिन सेट पर मस्ती भी होती है, सेट पर कुछ फन मोमेंट्स भी होते हैं, सेट पे बहुत कुछ होता है. सुरवीन, आई वांट यू टू टेल अस वन BTS मोमेंट, वन बिहाइंड द सीन मोमेंट व्हिच इज लाइक द मोस्ट मेमोरेबल वन फॉर यू, मतलब जहाँ मतलब कि मजा आ गया था सेट पर.
It's the toughest question ever.
Toughest question ever.
मैं नोट कर लेना चाहिए कि ये बहुत अच्छा मोमेंट है.
Exactly.
हर इंटरव्यू लगे
I agree.
ये करना पड़ेगा.
Because you don't remember.
See, because what happens is now, no, you're done with the release, you're done with people watching it.
हाँ.
So the process of getting it done is
I
not.
think
मेरे पहले
BTS का
shooting रहता होगा।
Yeah.
2-3 बार का हमारा एक we had some great meals together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we all kind of
that
sat
was-
in each other. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
See, but it's a very serious set
Yeah,
because
मतलब बड़े
serious
simple
things
से,
are going
हाँ,
on.
Even Masti was pretty.
Yeah.
I think promotions में ज्यादा मजा आता है जितना
Yeah,
कि
for
शूटिंग
sure.
में शूटिंग में
मुझे
12
उसके
घंटे के
अलावा
अंदर आप
याद नहीं आ रहा,
मतलब बहुत
हुआ
सारे
होगा।
सीन्स खत्म कर
I
रहे
don't
होते
deny
हैं
हुआ होगा, but अभी ना right
हुआ था,
now,
हम भूल
याद
चुके
नहीं आता.
अच्छा, इससे मुझे एक और चीज़ याद आई. अभी रिसेंटली RRR को ऑस्कर मिला है. आपने SS राजामौली सर के साथ काम भी किया है. क्या स्पेशल मोमेंट था वो जब आपको पता चला that you know like they have won an award, like an Oscar award? Did you call him up and personally congratulated him?
Yeah, well, I've been speaking to the team quite regularly, and one is I'm very excited because they're all people that are very, very close to me. We've made films together. We're very, very close friends. But the fact that Rajamouli has been pushing his boundaries from the last 4 or 5 films, I got really associated with him first when he was directing Iga. Now, right from there, whether it's as a story, whether it's the shot that he is making, whether it's the scale that he's dwelling into, he's just been pushing everything that we understand in India to that next level. And I think whether he did it with Bahubali, where the country got to accept that we are one cinematic nation, and now it's happening to the world. It's just going closer and closer. I just feel it's really another moment. It's a moment for us to know that you can dream big, and there is an opportunity out there that's much closer than what it was before.
Acha, do you all guys think कि this is the right time for India to make some amazing cinema? Of course, it has been making amazing cinema for the last years and years की बात करें तो, लेकिन this is the time जब finally India को और Indian cinema को recognition ज़्यादा मिलना शुरू हुई है. What do you guys have to say about that?
I think this is the golden age of storytelling, one in this country.
Yeah.
Number two, that division of South cinema, Bollywood cinema, this and that has fallen away to Indian cinema now, where actors from across the country are known to everyone, and that's changing the landscape, language in every way, whether it's technicians, whether behind the camera or in front of the camera, because we are Indians, and this is Indian cinema.
And
Pan-India.
it's really the diversity that we have, right? We've never ever captured it, or we've never acknowledged it, forget capturing it. So I think today is just a great time, man, to...
I also feel social media has everything going digital has a very important part to play, because you have those many platforms to have the kind of conversations and discussions and dialogues about what's happening where. And hence, obviously, it feels more achievable to be recognized world over. I mean, obviously, it takes something as epic as an RRR, of course. But I'm saying that you have the opportunity to have a talk, to have a dialogue.
So you have to talk about Elephant Whisperers in the same breath as we're talking
Absolutely,
about Triple R.
absolutely.
See, it's a documentary that's made.
Yeah.
It's not nothing to do with what Triple R has.
Absolutely.
But still one. So, all kinds of content is loved and will have a stage to play on.
But I mean, by epic, I meant
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because
it has to be
A
up
great
there,
story.
right?
Of
A great
course,
story.
yeah. And एक टाइम था, I'm sure you guys would agree to that as well. एक टाइम था जब हमें लगता था कि इस एक्टर की फिल्म आ रही है तो बहुत अच्छी होगी, उस एक्ट्रेस की फिल्म आ रही है तो बहुत अच्छी होगी, इनकी पेयरिंग है तो बहुत अच्छी होगी. But I still think कि आज का टाइम वो टाइम आ चुका है जब content is the
of
only
course,
king.
yeah. Content is...
And
yeah.
audiences भी content देखती है, चाहे हम कांतारा ले लेते हैं.
Of course, yeah.
वो फिल्म सिर्फ और सिर्फ वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से चली. जिसने देखी उसने एक दूसरे को जाकर रेकमेंड किया कि दिस इज अ नाइस फिल्म. यू नो व्हाट, फिर पता चला ऋषभ शेट्टी कौन है. अच्छा, ही डायरेक्टेड आल्सो. अच्छा, ही इज एन एक्टर आल्सो. सो व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक अबाउट दैट? बिकॉज़ दिस इज द टाइम टू मेक अमेजिंग कंटेंट और जस्ट फोकस ऑन द एक्टर्स एज वेल, कि बड़े नाम होने चाहिए.
तो चीजें आई जस्ट जंप इन.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
two things. See, when you say आप एक्टर की फिल्म देखने जाते हो,
जी.
आप जाते हो बिकॉज एक्टर की चॉइसेस अच्छी हैं, तभी जाके उसकी फिल्म पसंद आती है आपको. नंबर 1. सो जहाँ तक कंटेंट का सवाल है वो कभी पीछे नहीं हटने वाला. बट एट द सेम टाइम एक्टर्स at times bring value to the budget of the story, where you know that this actor will justify that budget. You can't make stories of that level with a certain actor, not out of disrespect. It's just a market metric. So end of the day, we are in a business, keeping artistic stuff aside, and that works on that principle. And he is the man to discuss it even more, I guess. So yeah.
But, well, yeah, like I said, see, there was a larger love for stardom, which is also the way India was, right? We were pretty basic. We were understanding basic things. We always wanted heroes to represent us as opposed to us representing ourselves. I think today the time has changed where now you're not just looking at film actors, but you're looking at sports people, you're looking at entrepreneurs, you're looking at various different people in walks of life and calling them your heroes. So I think it's just that change that cinema has taken to, where content is fully taken front seat now. If there is a star in content that's great, it accelerates much more further. If there's great content, it still accelerates. But if there's just packaging stars is what hasn't been working in the last couple of years across industries, that part of life is done. And we just got to just tell newer and better stories.
ओके ग्रेट गुड टू नो दैट अच्छा पीछे से बहुत इशारे हो रहे हैं कि जल्दी करो जल्दी करो जल्दी करो एक आखिरी
Okay,
क्वेश्चन
bye.
जरूर पूछो प्लीज सेट नो वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन आप दोनों से राणा को भी डायरेक्ट किया वेंकटेश सर को भी डायरेक्ट किया एक ही सीरीज में किया दैट्स एन अमेजिंग ट्रीट जो निकल कर आया में बहुत मजा आया वो देखकर लेकिन आपने सबसे ज्यादा सरप्राइजिंग चीज दोनों में क्या नोटिस करी
करण से शुरुआत करते हैं
करण
Surprising.
या क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों में
Well, they were playing very different characters. So and to be honest, I was really surprised by how disciplined both of them were.
What is he going to say? Okay. How? उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? How के बाद क्या हो रहा है?
And how adaptable they were to the situation and the scene, and how the kind of fireworks that they were brought when needed and held on with full restraint when needed. And they weren't trying to, be the star. They were in character 24/7. That dark shadow that he was talking about. And that was surprising and fabulous, and it just gave me so much pleasure that stars this big are willing to go that distance.
Suparn, you have something
For
to add?
me, two things. For Venkatesh sir, he has done, 30 years, he has done incredible stuff. But जब वो set पे आते हैं, तो he comes like a newcomer. With that energy, कि कुछ नया करना है, he never gives up on every single day. Every single day, he's bringing his A game. He never relaxes. Ever, ever, ever. And that's something to learn from. Number one. With Rana, what more than surprise, what I loved was there were times Rana never brings any personal trouble, no matter what he's undergoing, on set and on some really tough days on set. And I've seen him there standing like a rock. So it's not just his chest, which is a very odd thing because every time I go to hug, Rana, he's a very tall guy, right? He's taller than me. So I have to figure out कि hug kaise karu. But it's not just his chest, like his personality is of a rock. He never ever lets anything come to his work front, which is incredible in every way. So yeah.
Thank you. Oh, he's very happy.
Thank you, both of you.
He was very क्या बोलने वाले थे?
Thank you guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
बहुत मजा आया आप सबसे बात करके. It was lovely having you all together here. And congratulations once again because Rana Naidu is something जिसने मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं OTT का level up कर दिया है. And लोगों को बहुत पसंद आ रही है. लोगों का wait नहीं है कि भाई अगला season कब आए. So thank you very
Thank
much
you.
and congratulations once
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.